Hey guys, thought I'd take the time to take a little update on the truck. As you can see, I painted it blue. I was trying to go for like the old Ford blue, but I've been running it over the road. I'm pulling I've been pulling a step deck. I parked my trailer for a while, so I've been pulling a step deck. She's doing good. The only thing I'm having is a fueling issue, which I think is just the tanks are dirty. It gets really dirty when I park it underneath the tree here. But yeah, just doing some maintenance. I'm about to repaint the frame. See, right now it's black, and I got it like blue, so I want to paint the whole thing. She's been running good. Only thing is that fuel. I noticed I'm getting a lot of water in my fuel, and I don't know if because I have the tanks vented or not. But yeah, she's out here working. Worked there all of since April last year, and then been doing some loads. I already put about 80,000 miles since I rebuilt the motor. Had to change my manifold because my manifold was in front here and it wasn't. It's just better pathway for the air. Trying to not get so much bends in it, get a little less restrictions. But she's been doing good. I'm gonna do a more detailed video about how I did my my conversion from a Caterpillar to a Detroit. And it's pretty much the motor mounts in the rear. The front motor mounts worked just fine. It ended up in the same place where the stock Caterpillar B models were. On the rear ones, the only thing that I had to do was get a set of 377 Peterbilt rear mounts, and that was for like a 11 liter, which was the first generation of the Detroit, was a 11 liter. Those mounts work on this. The only thing is that I had to change the passenger to the driver, because if I would have put it the other way, it would have been a little bit higher, and I needed to get a little bit of the ergonomic, well, not ergonomic, but the slant a little bit, so that the transmission and rear ends and everything, the drive line would have got the right height and everything, because if not, you're going to start tearing up rear ends and the drive line won't work right. And it looks like it's set in the same exact spot as the Caterpillar did, and that's only because I went and I searched out them other motor mounts. Okay, now, so actually what is the guy that the guys that do the glider kits, Fitzgerald? Yeah, I think it's Fitzgerald. They have a set of mounts that you can just buy. They have them for like $400 for the set, $450 for the set, and those will be dropped right in. But I didn't know exactly if they were going to fit when I did it. But those, that's how they usually do their gliders. When they put the Detroits in it, they use their mount and they sell them out. And that's on that. If you have any other questions, just leave them below, and I try to answer them as I go. So I retained. This is one of the things that took me a while to do. It was just because I wanted the tensioner set up instead of the 3 belts. I just wanted the one tensioner with the actual tensioner, but it actually, I didn't ended up using any tensioner whatsoever actually on that. And this, don't mind the belt, I messed it up when I was putting the other one back, this one on. So I was in Idaho on the big hills. I was going up just before Boise, and I popped one of my belts. So I did it on the side of the road, and I actually ripped this one trying to get this is a new one actually, and I kind of messed it up on the side when I was trying to put it on, because I was still trying to use that tensioner there, and then actually ended up not using a tensioner at the end. The belt, which is a 63 even in 63 inches long waist, I had a 6.5, and that's when I still needed the tensioner. But once I changed over to the 63 inch, then I got away from having to use a tensioner, and then everything works fine. And now it doesn't make the squeal. I thought my accessory drive was actually going out because I was keep hearing a noise, and it was the actual it was a bearing. I buy a brand new tensioner for it, but it still kept making noise because it wasn't sitting right. So when I changed down to a 63, everything, the noise went away and everything was working fine. But when I put this one on there, I tear it up with, I puncture it when I was moving it over with a screwdriver, and that's why I only see half. I have another one in the bunk that I'm going to put on here. Now, if you have any questions about how I did the AC system conversion, because I still retained the stock setup, and don't mind the wiring, I still need to clean that up. So I retained my stock AC system. This one actually, I was trying to do something else for the system for AC to work, but it ended up everything working out good. The only thing I had to get was where is it? Where did I put it? It was just putting another there you go, right there. I just ended up putting it's not a Century, it is a Columbia, Freightliner Columbia high pressure switch, and that works with your AC. So then my fan still controlled by the computer, and then I had to do another relay. You see the other side there, the relay. So then that relay, I wired it in, so then everything will be controlled by the computer. And now this switch here is what will control that switch. Where is it? That switch there, this one, is the one that controls the AC fan on and off. So you know how in the older ones everything is controlled by a trinary switch. On this one, I had to wire it to where it will be controlled by the computer, and then the input from the AC is that. So that's the one that tells the AC when to turn on and off the fan, and then also it controls the fan from the computer for the rest of the you know, like the water temp and oil temp and all that stuff. Because this one's actually have a trigger that goes, if your oil temperature gets up to 205, then it would actually turn on your fan to cool it down. And yeah, so I don't know, I'm just rambling now. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to get to it whenever I can. I've been kind of lacking when it comes to the videos now, but you know, I don't see that much activity on the videos anyway, so you know, just talking to myself. But anyways, if you guys have any more questions, just leave them down below and I'll get to them. For the motor mounts, like I repeat again, so this one was the driver's side, and you just put it on the passenger side and vice versa. And see, you have to actually, you see how I re-drill the hole there a little bit to move it forward, and that's all you have to do. Just realign that other hole there, and then you'll be able to just mount it right in. And yeah, and then so automatic transmission and everything bolt right back up, and it's sitting on the exact same spot that the stock was sitting with the Caterpillar. Yeah, and you know, kind of do some modifications, some other stuff, but yeah, you know, I think I just keep repeating myself now. She's doing good. Took a couple of days off and was trying to figure out what am I going to do, because I'm going to change over from hub piloted, I'm sorry, from stud piloted to hub pilot it, because that's the way I have it set up in the front, and I'm gonna end up doing that in the front too. So I'm trying to get away from this older style, and the only thing I'm doing it for is because I did the brakes and I wanted new drums. I wanted to put new steer drums in it, but I called, and everywhere they were charging $450 each drum. So just the drums, it would have been like $800, which is just crazy. I can do the whole conversion for 6, put another rim on it. The hubs are like $300, so 2 hubs, 600, and then the drums are like $100 when you do the conversion, and then you have, you know, a rim that will be a 24, and that'll be it. And then I don't have to worry about, you know, kind of this older style, which, you know, sometimes when you have to do stuff and you take it up, when you're out running and you have to do something with the tires or anything like that. So when I had to change my steer tires this last time, I had somebody at Love's tell me that that I had the wrong bolt, the wrong nuts on there. That's a different story. But anyways, yeah, just let me know what questions you guys have in the conversion, and I'm gonna try to start making some more videos. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I still want to do to it, but you know, I've been out kind of working, so like I want to take off my engine, my oil cooler, and redo it, and replace my my dampener. Was it a dampener or harmonic balancer? I don't know, people call it different things, but yeah, if you guys had any more questions on the AC system, so the only thing I had to do was get this adapters, and then I was able to reuse all my stock hoses, and then my AC, you know, just with that switch there, I was able to retain everything, so then my AC will work. And yeah, and actually the sleeper works really good. The driver's side doesn't work that good, but it's because it's dirty. Since they have these doors here, I had to clog it because it kept on the little door there that flops in and out. The seal around it, it's bad, so it keeps letting dust and stuff going in, and that's why the inside unit, the heater core, it's not the heater core, it's the evaporator core, keeps getting clogged up, and it's because of that. So I'm planning to do that there too. Yeah, so yeah guys, I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update on the old girl. She's running, she's, you know, still running with Landstar, and I'm doing step deck. I did do my half fenders, but they were kind of too close to the step deck, and I decided to put the other 3/4 back on, because it was like very close, and I had my fifth wheel all the way back, and I was still kind of getting too close to it. And I'm like, instead of, you know, pay like $800, almost $900 for the set, and I didn't want to bend them. So whenever I change tires, I'm gonna go ahead and go down to 24 low pro. I bought 24 11R because, you know, I was gonna do local stuff, kind of what my dad does. He does local end dump, and that's what I was doing with it. But I saw that I was just tearing up the truck, and I don't like beating on her. You know, she's good, but you know, I just don't like, you know, all the stuff you got to get into when you do end dump and construction sites and having to back up hills. And I just saw that I was putting way too much stress on the truck. So, you know, doing something a little different, trying to take care of that old girl. But yeah, guys, I guess I talk to you guys some other time, and like and share, and if you have any other questions, leave them down below, and subscribe, please, if you want to see more stuff, because yeah, like I said. All right, guys, thanks.